Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, beloved guest and beloved mentors there. It was somewhere in September 2006. Both of my wrists started to get very severe pain. And I went to my nearest GP for consultation. And my GP suggested that it could be due to my sitting posture in office and also due to the use of computer, keyboard and mouse daily use. So he prescribed me with anti-inflammatory drugs. I started to take the medicines and the pain came down a bit. But once I stopped the medicine, the pain started to resume again. So after a few weeks, the pain started to increase and it also went up to all my finger joints and elbow. And it was very severe in the morning when I get up. So when I go back to the GP and I told about this, he suspected it could be due to arthritis. And he asked me to go for arthritis profile blood test. We did the blood test, the results came. And the results were absolutely normal. But as the day goes, my pain keep on increasing. And all my fingers started to get swollen. And they were all like sausages. And I'm very stiff and I couldn't bend my fingers. And it was so painful. And I couldn't even do my simple day-to-day routines. I couldn't wear even my shirt buttons or cannot even open the door knobs or open even the bottle lid. So for every small thing, I have to depend on my wife. And sometimes when my joints hit the floor or touch any objects, I would be groaning in pain. It was so worse. So I went back to the GP and GP suggested that I go back to a specialist in a private hospital. So he referred me to a rheumatologist in a private hospital in Singapore. Once I went to see him, after seeing me, the rheumatologist immediately confirmed that it's arthritis and he told me, Valirpan, you have an arthritis problem, it's a kind of arthritis and there is no cure to it. You have to live with medicines for your lifetime. I was very shocked to hear that. And I think these days it's very common for all of us to hear from doctors saying that you have a disease and there is no cure to it, you have to live with it. It's very common these days. So the doctor prescribed me with medicine methotrexate, which is MTX in short. And MTX is also used to treat cancer. And MTX is very popular for its side effects like causing liver problems, mouth ulcers, and also it can reduce your white blood cells. So he suggested me to go for a regular blood test on a monthly basis so that I monitor my liver profile and my WBC count. Knowing the risk of taking the methotrexate, I still went ahead to take it because the pain, I couldn't bear the pains in my joint. Even after 3 weeks of taking the medicine, the pain refused to subside. It was increasing continuously. And I went back to the specialist and as expected, the specialist said, I need to increase your dosage further. I was very disappointed. I was already taking a lot of methotrexate, which is affecting my health. And on top of it, he's asking me to increase my medicine further. It was then I decided, I don't want to be a rat in the hands of medical field. It's getting chronic. And I started to explore alternatives for English medicine. And while my brother and my wife suggested that I should try homeopathy treatment back in India, some of my friends even suggested that I do yoga. So acknowledging all their suggestions, my family and I went to India in December 2006. I went to see another rheumatologist in India to get a second opinion. And the history was repeating itself. He sang the same song as the rheumatologist back in Singapore. That is when I decided there is no point for me to further continue English medicine for this arthritis problem. I went to the nearest yoga center which was teaching Ashtanga yoga in my place, and I was explaining my medical condition to the instructor very slowly, and he was listening to me very carefully, and at the end of the conversation he told in a mild voice, "Dear Vali, don't worry, we can cure this soon." I was so delighted to hear such a sweet word, words of hope. After constantly hearing from doctors saying that you have a disease, arthritis problem, which has no cure, and you have to live with it forever. I went to India on a 2 weeks vacation. So the yoga practice, the instructor told me that I come there for practice twice a day. I went there for learning the yoga practices. And the instructor taught me around 30 different yoga poses. It was very difficult for me to do the yoga poses with the intense pain I had in all my joints. But I never gave up. I was very determined to get it cured, as I know that it was my last hope to get cured. After that, during the classes, I was very focused and listening to it very sincerely with dedication. We came back to Singapore a few weeks back, 2 weeks back. almost like every day, I spent close to 1 hour plus in doing yoga, despite all the pains I had in my joints. Rain or shine, my yoga practice went on. Gradually, I can see some differences. The swelling in my fingers started to reduce, and I can notice that I was able to bend my fingers and I was able to do my job. Whatever simple routines, I can carry on with it every day. I started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Believe me or not, within 45 days, all my arthritis problem totally disappeared. Everything got rid and I was fully cured. And I was so elated that all my efforts didn't get down into the drain. So, I can rightly remember Dale Carnegie's quote. He mentioned that most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who kept trying when there seems to be no hope at all. I reap these benefits due to the perseverance I had. I'm very happy to say that for the past 10 years, I didn't have any arthritis problem and I have not taken any single medicine after that. I couldn't imagine my health condition. What would I have been now if I had been taking methotrexate from 2006 all the way till now? Most probably, I would have been in a vegetative state, living with a severe medical health complications. English medicines, most of the English medicines can treat only the symptoms, and they don't really touch the root cause of the disease. And there was one very old English medical journal, the BMJ, which published an article in 3rd May 2016. And the article said, medical error is the 3rd leading cause of death in US. According to the article, 250,000 hospitalized patients in US died because of medical error. And I don't think we want to die because of somebody else's mistake. So when there is an opportunity for us to do something good and practice yoga, why don't we follow that? There are also cases in Singapore where the medical doctors have been sued because of the medical negligence. And I was very surprised to see one of the quote from a French playwright, Molière, who lived in 17th century. This thing was happening in 17th century itself. He did mention that mostly all men die because of the medicine, not because of the diseases. I was wondering that even in 17th century, the mistakes have been continuing. No, it's not being fixed forever. So English medicine, the other thing I want to tell about English medicine is, English medicine can cause you a lot of side effects. In contrast, you do yoga, it can give you side benefits. Yeah, I'm one living example for that. I used to have very severe nasal allergy for many years. And when I went to see the doctors, and the doctors gave me a nasal spray which contains steroids. And I was taking it for many years. And there was no use, and I was just paying more money and spoiling my health. And after I was doing a yoga to cure my arthritis problem, I was doing a very intensive yoga practice. And I was very surprised to notice that I didn't have nasal spray ever after. So previously I used to sneeze a lot when I have any dust or any sensitive smell which I can smell. So I used to have a very sensitive nose. And after doing a repeated yoga practice for these many years, I don't have any nasal allergy. And I would consider this a side benefit of this yoga. So do you all want to stay healthy by doing yoga, or pay hefty bills to doctors and hospitals and keep your life at stake? The choice is yours. There are so many yoga centers available in Singapore. You can go and try any one of it which can suit your needs. Do not procrastinate. I would strongly encourage you, all of you here, to just go and consider some yoga and include it in your daily practice and make it a healthy lifestyle. Don't make excuses, make changes. Thank you.